it's a special edition of Kick Like a Girl. I have a guest with me today though, very special guest, Johnny Keko. Welcome.
Thank you. This is a bit different.
Yeah, so you're the host of Kicking It Local.
Yes.
So let's call this podcast Kicking It Locally Like a Girl.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's good. That's really good, actually.
So we got two hosts today. So it'll be an interesting dynamic. But yeah, super excited. Obviously the World Cup is here. We're both in Melbourne at the moment. You're lucky enough to be going to the game tonight.
Yes, I can't wait.
Yeah, so
very excited.
Talk a little bit more about that later. But yes, obviously, as I said, we both have podcasts. When did you start Kicking It Local? And yeah, why? Tell us about your journey.
Yeah, it was actually a year and a half now. It's gone quick.
Yeah.
And it hasn't stopped. I reckon I've only had about 4 or 5 weeks break in that whole time. So
wow,
non-stop.
Yeah,
in a year and a half. But I think you were one of my first guests. I reckon.
Yeah, I think I was
episode 8 or maybe something like that.
Yeah, early on. I think I was your second female guest.
Yes, you were.
I thought
Yes,
was cool. Yeah, after Marie.
Yes, you were. Yeah. So I remember that. That was it feels like yesterday, but it was a long time ago now.
Yeah.
So I decided I wanted to do something and promote the local game. Yeah. There wasn't many podcasts back then. Actually, I don't think there was just the NPL Pep Talk. I think just started. Yeah. And then I started, and then obviously you started straight after after me as well, which is cool. But I wanted to be involved in it, and I thought, what way can I do it? I love talking. Yeah. So I love creating content, and I love the local game, so it was perfect.
Yeah.
Share the stories, and there was a lot of messages going out when I first started trying to get guests. I went to everyone I knew locally. Didn't know many clubs at that stage. Yeah. But I tried my best to get a few, and then from there just started snowballing, which is cool. Guests from my guests, and just trying to
word
network.
of mouth sort of thing.
And now I know pretty much at least one person in every club now across the WNPL and NPL, which is cool. Which makes it a bit easier.
Yeah, that's what I thought was really cool. I know there was a few the male orientated like NPL Pep Talk and that stuff. But nothing for the girls, which is kind of
which is what you do.
I think we had a conversation when I came onto your podcast, and I said, "Oh, this is cool. Like, I'd love to do it." I think at the time, my husband George had just started his own, just like with his mates. Yeah. And he'd had all the microphone and all the cameras and stuff, so he had it all set up at home, and I was kind of like, well, I kind of got the tools and have the network. Been playing a long time in the NPL, so why not? So it was cool. I like how you kind of dipped into the women's game as well. So you do both now.
Well, and at the start, I didn't really know many in the men and the women as much, but with the women not as much. But now I've networked into that area, and I'm trying to promote it. Like you've probably seen in the lead up to this World Cup, a lot of ex-Matildas I've had on in the lead up to the World Cup. Got Jenna McCormick on this week, which will be
awesome.
Which will be a good one. I've already recorded it, so I've got a lot of work to do when I get home. I've got only like 7 hours between getting home after the England game and to edit it and put it up. So that'll be fun. But we'll talk about what it's like creating a podcast, because a lot of work goes into it.
Yeah, I think maybe from the outside it looks like have a bit of a chat and click upload and you're done. It's definitely,
I reckon I would say it's about 10 hours of work into one episode for me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd probably not that much for me. Yeah. But definitely a lot of time. Yeah. Like it's proper. I mean, mine starts from the get-go, so obviously you got to think of who you want. Yeah. And then finding out, whether you see them in person or if you, send them a message on Instagram or whatever. See if they're keen. Yeah. And then you got to work out the time, trying to find out everything. I'm like full FBI hat on, like people. I had one the other day, Alex Sinclair, and I was like found out somehow that she is really good at fixing cars. Yeah. Like totally irrelevant sort of thing, but she was like, "How'd you know?" And I was like, "I know everything." I just go YouTube. Especially if they're like A-League sort of girls, there's a lot of articles about them. That helps. Yeah. Wikipedia pages, like some have that, and it makes that a lot easier. And obviously, the filming, the editing as well. I don't edit a lot. Just, I've had times where I've like cracking up laughing with some of my mates. I'm like, no one wants to listen to this, so let's cut out this, or like just like little silences or whatever. But and then YouTube, Instagram, and then all of the, I do it all on Canva. I don't know about you.
I do now. I do, but I create all my templates and all that on Photoshop and then move it over to Canva, which is easier.
Yeah. It's once you've got the templates, it's kind of you just edit
and
it's a lot easier.
The hardest bit at the start, isn't it? When you're trying to work out how you do it, because I've obviously got the background of working in commercial radio with Triple M and all that, but doing my own thing was totally different. Trying to work out, finding where to host it, because you think putting podcasts up, people think it's easy, but when I started, I didn't even know about Anchor. Do you use Anchor?
I use Anchor,
yeah. Which is Spotify for podcasts.
Yeah, they've changed it now. Yeah.
So I didn't even know about that, but I had to do all the research behind the scenes, trying to work out where to put it. That took me about 3-4 months to try and find the best one, where to go. And
well, I was lucky in that case. I had George show me the sort of ropes. And I was using other sort of editing, even like Photoshop and stuff. He's a lot better at that than me, so he thought it was easy. And I was like, this is too like complex. He's like, just use Canva. And I was like, Canva's the best thing. Like, even for my teaching and stuff going forward, I'm gonna like really dive into that.
Sometimes I like the bit more complex artwork, but too easy sometimes. But if you look at the amount of layers I've got over some of the stuff, try and get that effect that Photoshop does.
That's true. If you're looking for something a bit more in depth. But I've have you ever had any like technical issues or like nightmares? Because I had one the other day.
Well, actually, there's one I did with Ben Moore. I did an interview with Ben Moore. I went all the way to Playford, so about 45-minute drive, I think it was. It was like just before training, so it was like 6:30 at night. We started interviewing. It was great, and I realised I forgot to press record. 10 minutes in.
Oh, only 10 minutes.
Yeah,
That's
luckily. So
it's a recording.
Yeah, that's a good one. Luckily, I forgot to press record. But then
also no video.
No audio, nothing. I forgot to press record. Yeah,
so you just sat down and got in conversation.
Yeah, it was great. But then it ended up being better because I already knew a little bit about it, so it was easier to segue in to make it, and actually ended up being a really good intro, which was good.
Okay.
But I felt bad. I was like, shit, I'm wasting your time.
Yeah.
The player's about to start training, and
yes,
but he's a lovely bloke.
Yeah.
And what was yours? What happened with yours?
So I had Brienne Reid, which is the next podcast coming out Wednesday, I think. And she got like the train from the city and met me here. Chatting, had like probably one of the best like podcasts, like such a great talker, so like in depth with everything, and I was so happy with it. Anyway, like thank you, see you later, like off she goes. Yeah. And then later on, when I went to edit it, no audio.
Oh no.
So the mic was on, but like the little like levels, when I looked later, it was muted, which it would have been like I didn't do that obviously. Yeah. And I had just recorded Alex's podcast, and it was fine. Like did the exact same thing, so just did everything as normal. Like forgot to probably check, which is never do that again. But then I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah. Like this is useless. Like the video was there and everything's like, you could see how good the conversation was. We were laughing and I'm like, I could cry. Like it's the worst.
So what did you do?
I had messaged her and I was like, oh my God. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, and I knew she had a lot of time because she's not working at the moment. She was like, no fear. Like, I'll come back. Like, it's fine. And I was like, you're a legend. So I got her some chocolates to say thank you. So we re-recorded.
That's good.
So it is a second take, which is kind of good though. Yeah. Because the first time round she didn't have her dream team that I do. Oh, okay. And she kind of had to play it off the top of her head. But this time, because she couldn't find it in her notes or something, this time she nailed it.
Nice.
So.
That's good.
Yeah.
I know it's stressful sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I've done, because every time I started talking, I'm like, wait, let me double check.
Yeah, even halfway through that one, I was thinking, I'm going to stop this and just check and play it back to make sure there's audio, because that was how like anxious I was. Yeah. And it's a thing. Yeah. It's not all like smooth sailing.
Because that's the main thing about what we do, because if you stuff it up, there's no going back.
Oh, 100%.
It's like when the chef's cooking and he burns it. That's like,
done.
This is the food.
Yeah, exactly. And I think if, you look at the massive podcasts out there, like Impulsive and that sort of stuff, so you're getting special guests, obviously, like exclusively, that you can't book them in again probably for months. So like that's obvious. Well, they would obviously have a whole team to make sure none of that happens, but it's just like people's time is so like precious.
Absolutely,
and things like that can go wrong. But that's pretty much the only maybe thing. Another one with the Vella and Joe podcast was Vella's mic was a bit like the audio was pretty crap for her. So. Yeah. But that's probably the only thing.
I'm trying to think. Yeah.
It's not fun.
No. I've had when my laptop crashed. That was actually my laptop that I've been using for a year and a half, or I've had it for like 3-4 years. But been using it for all my podcasts. It crashed before the Tracy Jenkins rocked up. Oh. So she was coming on a Tuesday. The episode was being released on the Wednesday. So it crashed about an hour before she arrived. So I lost all my notes. I had to quickly do my notes again.
Oh, no way.
By hand.
Oh, no way.
So I was researching on my phone, doing my notes, and then she left and I had to try and work out to get a laptop from someone to edit it that night to put it up that morning.
I was going to ask, do you have it scheduled every Wednesday? Is it fortnight or weekly?
Weekly.
Weekly. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. Yeah.
I just upload when I can. But yeah, what I was going to ask, what is the advantages and disadvantages of that? Specifically, if you think, oh my God, it's Tuesday.
Yeah.
Obviously, you got someone planned, but how do you sort of do that?
Well, you'd be surprised. Sometimes you have planned and someone will pull out or ask to move a different date. But it's hard. It's a lot of work, and it's always playing on your mind.
Yeah,
as well.
Like that tiny bit of pressure.
Yeah, I've created because I've come from obviously a professional environment of working in. Well, I've done some fill-in stuff at Triple M and all that over the years of producing, so I kind of know what it's like in the background there, but also volunteering up in the hills doing radio shows. So I've always tried to make sure I do it professionally and keep it consistent.
Yeah,
always about consistency. So I try my best to do this, and when I started, I didn't know what I was going to do. I was like, I'll do it weekly, not thinking I would how long it's going to go for. And then by the end of the year, I did like 45 episodes up straight, without
amazing.
A break.
Yeah. So how many episodes do you have?
Oh, geez, good question.
Good question.
I reckon it's over 80 or so.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Year and a half.
And you haven't had a break?
I had a break over Christmas.
Yep. That's valid.
I took it off. Yeah.
I had about a 6-month break. That's when I was moving over here.
Yep.
And I was kind of thinking, well, I've like been around the SA. What am I going to sort of do? Like, I know some people in Melbourne, but not really.
Yeah.
But then I saw it as like a better opportunity to just like branch at this next, like further and getting some.
How are you finding that? It's good.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, so obviously playing over here is cool in itself.
Yeah.
Playing against like, a lot of A-League girls. A lot of talent and the standards really high. But it's cool just like meet new people and. You know, other people see, like even just getting like a follow from your reel. Yeah. So you know how it says now, it's like, do you see that? It's like someone followed after watching your reel.
Yes, I have seen. Yeah, it's cool. That's cool. Yeah, it is cool.
So someone might be, and I want to talk about the importance of like sharing as well. Yeah. Because that's like a pet peeve of mine. Like when you like, you know, like all the hard work that sort of goes into it, and then you post it. And then if that person doesn't share, it's just like
you're relying
full stop.
Yeah, and you're relying on your followers.
Yeah, 100%. So that's like the whole point. Like sharing is so important because it's all their audience. Yeah. Like they're all from Victoria. They think, oh, what's this reel? Oh, it's a podcast. That's cool. You know? Oh, she's interviewed her. That's cool. And it just goes on and on.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I know what you mean. There's some clubs that don't share, which their social media is not as frequently used, so they don't share it, unfortunately. But there's I know that the more you get, I always try my best. I ask the club, I tell the person that's on there, but sometimes they don't use Instagram. Depending if you got older guests as well, they might not have social media, which I've had that happen a few times. But you just got to go with what happens. So,
100%.
But social media it's massive for people to be able to share it.
For sure.
So. But sometimes it's disappointing when you see it and then only get like a certain, like at the start especially, you get a certain amount of listeners, you get a little bit upset. But
I was going to ask with the difference, do you see like a bit of a spike in your listening depending on who it is, or is it kind of consistent?
Consistent, but also I see a lot of, because my episodes, the way I plan is not to be dated, so you can listen back anytime you want. Yeah. So if you hear a guest and you know that person, you listen and find the podcast for the first time, you can go back and listen to all the episodes. Yeah. And I notice every time I get a new guest, the other ones get a few more listens here and there as well, which is good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it usually is consistent. But obviously there are some spikes with Jaden Nabaso was probably one of my best ones. That one there went nuts because everyone in Port Pirie loves the family. Right. So that one there was very heartfelt as well. That one. So but it's it's what's yours like? You similar?
Yeah, depends a little bit on who it is.
Yeah,
probably at least like a certain amount, and obviously like Charlie Grant.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Would have been was massive.
That was a good get actually.
Yeah.
Very good get.
Yeah. Little Adelaide girl, she's beautiful, so she was happy to do that.
We need her to play tonight.
Yeah, I know. I was going to talk about her later.
Yeah. Let's do that.
She was awesome. So obviously, and again, it comes back to their audience. She would have a lot of young girls following her. So anything to do with Charlie, like at that time, they might just be like, oh my God, Charlie Grant, she plays for Matildas. She did this podcast. Yeah. I'm going to follow that for sure. And I'm going to listen. So that probably got like double the amount. But does depend a little bit, but it's also pretty consistent. Obviously with the Melbourne ones, most of my followers are from Adelaide, so they might not have much of an interest, which is fine. But it's about trying to build the Melbourne audience as well, which they might not have an interest about SA. So it's kind of...
Yeah, but it's all about the stories as well, because then one thing I love is, you probably get it as well, we get people reaching out to you saying they listen to your podcast.
Yeah,
how cool is that?
It's nice comments.
I know it's something small, but it means a lot. There's been times where it's been difficult for me that I've been thought about stopping a podcast multiple times, and because of a lot of work, a lot of effort that goes into it, but then those messages just help you, and I go, you know what, that's the reason.
Yeah.
I've had listeners that they say they listen to in the car with their daughter on the way to training every week.
Yeah, that's the
And
best.
actually they mentioned yours. The reason why they found my podcast, they saw your episode months and months later, and then they came over, I think they listened to your podcast.
Aww.
And then they saw you were on mine, so they listened to mine, and then they started listening afterwards.
Yeah, it's a full network.
Yeah, so it's...
that's a cool thing.
Even though we're like different podcasts, it's good that we're both promoting the local game. And with it's cool. And stories like that have just been great. And people... I found out from someone else who listened... someone's injured, so they listen to the podcast, helps them stay within the game and keeps them motivated every week.
Yeah, how nice.
Yeah, and then people finding out about other clubs don't know about all different clubs, which is cool. And that's what I love about yours as well, all different stories of women footballers in the game, and it's good to do and just have it out there.
Yeah, I think the football is one side, and then you've got like the actual personal story. Yeah, so girls going overseas, like the struggles they see. So you might not see all of that, obviously, like Instagram and stuff. You wouldn't see all the struggles and sort of things. So and talking about it as well. Yeah, helps. Yeah, a lot. Like young girls listening or whoever listening, really. Yeah.
I love the stories from the former Matildas. They were cool.
Yeah.
Talking about what the struggles were like back in the day when they were in the Matildas. It was not like what it is today.
Oh yeah, no, the growth's been incredible. Do you have a dream guest?
Someone I love to talk to. I love talking to the players and the coaches and all that, but the volunteers are some of the best ones. You get some really good stories. Adam Butler is one I want.
Yes, the GOAT of Adelaide.
Yeah. He's some of the photos he takes. Yeah.
Whose podcast? Kick Like a Girl, Kickin It Local. Because I've tried to get him as well.
Well, I asked him at the after winning the Volunteer of the Year at the COF last year, and he said he got asked by you as well, but he doesn't want to go on any podcast. He doesn't like talking.
He doesn't like attention.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, fair enough.
Yeah.
But he provides so much for SA.
Either.
Yeah, you know what? Here we are. He provides so much.
He's probably going to hate that we're talking about him now as well.
Yeah, let's talk about Adam. How good is Adam Butler?
It got some great photos as well. There's some incredible photos. The one he did at the State League 2 last year, I think it was. The sun was setting. The stadium was beautiful.
Yes, and the quick burst ones.
Yes.
One of Chrissy Panner.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was unreal. Went top bins.
Yeah.
And of course.
I think the Federation used that as well.
Yeah.
As a rule.
Yeah. No, he would be great. Maybe we can co-host.
Yeah, we'll get him on. We'll fly him over to Melbourne.
We'll pay for flights, accommodation. Adam Butler, please.
That'll be good, I reckon. What's one question you'd love to ask him?
Who's his favourite NPL team? WNPL team.
Oh, really?
I always ask who he goes for.
Yeah. Has he ever told you?
No. But he would have a favourite. And it's got to be West Adelaide.
I don't have a favourite. I'm a neutral. I like more. I like more for different reasons.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, especially like him. Who's your favourite?
Favourite what?
WNPL team.
It's got to be Westies.
Yeah, I knew it. Very biased. But I would love to ask him what was his favourite moment and what his favourite photo.
Favourite moment, favourite photo, yeah. Good questions.
Yeah, could be so many.
Will we ever know the answer?
Maybe not. Maybe not. Probably like choosing your best child, your favourite child.
Your favourite child. Well, if we don't get him on.
Yeah, we never know. I don't think we will.
We need to start.
We're gonna try.
What can the hashtag be?
We should start a GoFundMe page. Get Adam Butler on. We'll get a petition. I reckon we should get a lot. Yeah, we should try that.
Sign the petition. I think a lot of people would love to hear from him too.
Yeah, because his story is awesome. Like where he started from I think he was photographing Adelaide United games, and then he got into the NPL, and now he's pretty much everywhere, every week. Yeah, you gotta be careful though, because he takes photos of you even when you're just walking.
Oh yeah.
There was a game I was walking just in the stands, and he was just taking a photo of me. And
Oh
I saw it later.
he zooms in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the zoom down pat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been in the stands before with my dog, and there's been a picture. I've been commentating. There's been a picture.
Yeah, he got one of me of when I was commentating, and luckily it was about 10 minutes after I fell off the chair. Because I was
Not mid.
No, I wish he did.
Stack. That's disappointing.
But
yeah,
get some. Yeah, I know. I really wish there was video. I asked for CCTV footage, but where I was, there wasn't any. So, yeah, but he gets some good photos. So we're gonna get him on. Let's get him. Adam Butler.
Let's do it.
That'll be good.
All right.
He's gonna hate this that we talked about him now.
I wanted to ask you about your commentating.
Yes.
So you do mostly NPL, but you've branched a little bit into that.
Yeah, NPL. I used to do State League 1 and 2, but then now I did WNPL. I've been trying to do it for a long time.
Yeah.
Been wanting to commentate WNPL, but the scheduling and what I do outside of the soccer as well now has picked up. So it's been a bit hard, but I finally got to do one, which was cool.
Yeah.
Some incredible goals in WNPL. I love that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it was good. I think it was Comets and Fulham. So Comets won the league that night.
Yes.
And they're on track to do what you did last year with the travel.
Yes, we're talking about this.
Yes.
Yeah, they're looking good.
They're very good.
Sure.
They're looking very good. So that was a good game to call. I did it with Tony Saka.
Okay.
So they just played just before LA Uni. So he ran straight up and called it with me, which was fun.
Yeah. Commentating's good fun.
It is. I enjoy it. It's something different, and I love live stuff because anything can happen, anything can go wrong. Which I can talk for a long time about the stuff that's gone wrong during broadcasting, and you just got to think on your feet. I love it. Yeah. There's been moments where I had like 15,000 views on TikTok where I fell through chair fell through the scaffold, and I landed on Vlado's lap halfway through the game. That was fun. What else happened? There's been moments where the generator stopped working, so we had no commentary, but we had to go and talk into the camera just so we can. It was like a massive moment. Para Hills was very close to going to the grand final for a playoff spot last year against West Adelaide. So that was the most important moments of the last couple of minutes. And
that happened.
Yeah. Then we've had, obviously the rain, dealing with that whilst we're commentating. And it's fun though.
It is good.
Yeah. You've done it as well, haven't you? Yeah.
Yeah, I've done it.
How'd you find it?
Probably half a dozen times. Yeah, really good.
Yeah. And with Paul, obviously.
Yeah, with Paul. Yeah,
he's a great guy.
Yeah, he's really nice. He's so passionate about the game and like the women's game in particular. But yeah, just because obviously I know a lot of the girls playing, so it's like a personal sort of touch, and just to call it. I'd actually like to get more into that when I get home. Yeah. But yeah, I love that media sort of side.
Do it here in Melbourne as well?
Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, commentary here, not as good.
Really?
No. There's a few things I've kind of... I don't
know. Difference? It's just the commentator?
I don't know. It's just... I just feel like a lot more investment goes in with the SA League. Yeah. Like, genuine care, like the players, even like notes for each player, all that sort of stuff. And I've seen on your socials and stuff the behind the scenes of that sort of thing, like writing down all of...
A lot. I think for one game is about for at least 5 to 8 hours studying.
Yeah, wow.
Paul obviously knows the league back to front.
Yeah.
And then with me, like I just at the start I used to contact all the coaches or someone at the club, team manager or players, get some info, do my own research on players.
Yeah.
So I've got about at least 4 sheets in front of me.
Yeah.
Every normal game, but for the finals and all that, I have like 6, 7, 8 sheets.
Where do you keep it all? Do you have like big
I'll store it at home. Yeah.
I was going to say.
I've got it all at home. I've got every single game pretty much I've done in NPL in the book.
That's cool.
Got all my notes for each game, so I can go back to it. Yeah, so it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work.
I saw as well at Cooper's not long ago.
Yep.
You filled in for Jared Walsh.
Yeah,
how was that?
That was nuts.
Yeah.
That was very last minute as well. So that was cool because he lost his voice at the game. So previously to that, though, I made my debut emceeing for LA United at the LA United women's game against Perth Glory.
Oh yes.
Yes. So that was good. It was actually that was a very cool experience because obviously there was Panigaris made her debut.
Yeah.
And Kontusakos as well made her debut, both in that game. So being able to do that on my debut of emceeing was cool just to see that and hearing the roar of the especially Panigaris game. That was loud when she came on.
Yeah.
But that was cool, and then I did the men's one. That was next level. I got the phone call from Jared, lost his voice, he goes, "Can you fill in?" I'm like, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
14,000 people.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
The roar. The one thing as a fan, you've been in the crowd obviously at LA United games, when being involved in when he does the LA United chant is always fun. I've always enjoyed that, and I love that he brought that to the game.
Mm-hmm.
But being on the other end of it and starting it, that's next level.
Yeah.
Always dreamed of doing that, but never thought I would get the chance, or even this soon to get the chance.
How cool.
And that was, I couldn't sleep till about 4 a.m, had an hour's sleep and woke up at 5 a.m.
Buzzing.
Yeah, until the next day. Then the next night I was gone.
Yeah. Except for 20 hours.
Yeah, but it's a good experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Hopefully you can do a bit more of that.
Yeah, I hope so too. But there's a lot of good MCs in front of me with Rosie Panetta as well.
Yeah, it's good. Good to see her too.
Yeah, so it was good fun.
Alright, let's talk about the World Cup.
Yeah, I was going to ask you actually, have you been to any here in Melbourne yet?
Yes, I went to the Canada-Nigeria game.
Yep.
Was 0-0, unfortunately, but really cool atmosphere. Nigerian fans in particular. A lot of Canadians there too.
Yeah.
They were just so vibrant, so alive. Canada actually got a penalty.
Yeah.
And saved. Wasn't the best penalty, but saved, and they got a draw, and they were Nigeria was stoked.
Yeah.
After the whistle. But I saw the Matildas send-off match. That was cool here in Melbourne.
That's cool.
Against France.
Yeah.
Obviously they won that. But as far as Matildas tickets, not as lucky as you. You're heading there tonight.
I am. I'm very lucky to be down there, and I'm not taking it for granted because it's a good experience to be down there.
100%.
Yeah, I'll be up in the media area, which will be different being around all that in Melbourne especially. But I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's the last minute trip up here to Melbourne, and I wasn't expecting to come, but I'm looking forward to it. If I do find a ticket, I'll let you know, so you can head down there as well. Where are you going to be watching from?
Just here.
Got
my parents
over.
Oh,
beautiful.
Yeah. I think my friend Lucy, lives a bit north, but we got together the last Matildas game.
Yeah.
So she might head down as well. So it
should be fun.
Yeah, I got this cool poster from Ultra Sport. My dad bought it for me, actually, and we've been writing in all the scores.
Yep.
My dad, I've got to say, is so obsessed with this stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So
that's cool.
So this person won, so they're on this many points, and then that means this, he knows everything.
Yeah.
It's wild. It's funny because it's originally AFL.
So what do you reckon that one's going to be? Australia and Canada? I reckon...
I don't know.
It's going to be a tough one. I reckon 1-0 win. Actually, 1-0 or 2-1 to Australia, but it's going to be very hard. I'm being optimistic though.
I think we'll go down 1-0 but win 2-1.
Yep. There we go. Yeah, it's going to be hard. I want to see Chidiac play.
I was going to ask you, Chids needs to come on.
Yes. Charlie
Grant would be cool.
Yes.
To see her come on. But yeah, we have teams New Zealand out.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
That's a shame though. And it would be very awful if like both host nations are out as well.
Yeah, that is a bit of a risk, but hopefully the Chili's can get up. Philippines, did you watch that game against New Zealand?
No, I missed it.
They beat New Zealand.
Unfortunately. I saw half of it.
Their first World Cup win ever.
Yep.
So that was they were so stoked with that. Even New Zealand getting their first win the first game. So a lot of like milestones for these countries.
What about Morocco winning their first game?
Yeah, Morocco last night.
That was good.
Yeah, that goal. I think it's the best goal so far.
Yeah.
First goal.
Definitely.
Yeah, unreal.
So stories that have been so great about this World Cup.
Yeah.
Debutantes getting their first win. Linda. She's only 18. Yes.
She debuted when she was 14.
Yes.
And she's had cancer.
I did see that, yeah.
Ovarian cancer
at 15. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That's what a turnaround.
Yeah, had 6 months of chemo. And yeah, obviously found herself at the World Cup and scoring that first goal against Germany, which is amazing.
It's I love those stories. Seeing these players. Panama as well was cool to see. They played their first ever World Cup game in Adelaide, and I got to see the players afterwards, which was cool. And chatting to them and seeing their excitement, even the media, they were just so excited to be a part of the World Cup, and that's what it's about. This World Cup's about just seeing, especially being from expanding to 32 teams. We're seeing a lot of new teams coming into the World Cup. Yeah. And I'm enjoying it. Hey, you enjoy as a female footballer? You enjoying it?
Oh, it's awesome. I think I'm actually fortunate enough not to be working at the moment. So like anything, like I'm just home in front of the TV, obviously at the games if I can. Just having football all the time. Even if there's no games, like Amy Harrison, she's like a friend of mine from ages ago.
Yeah.
Met her at one of the Matildas camps. She is like on the Opta Sport team and she's like broadcasting every morning. Yeah. And Kote as well is on there. It's like that's really cool. So yeah, just the whole and the vibe. So you go down to the city and just or even at Rebel Sport, you're seeing like big posters of girls. It's cool. It's awesome.
I've seen a lot more in Melbourne than there is in Adelaide.
Yeah.
There's obviously a lot more billboards and stuff happening in Melbourne, but it's been cool. The vibe here is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Especially near Fed Square as well. Mm-hmm. I've enjoyed that. I've been down there 2 or 3 times already. Yeah. I've tried to stay away from the merch van, but I can't stop.
Yeah.
This jumper, I bought another one in a different colour.
Oh yeah, that's a cool hoodie.
Yeah, I love it. It's really Adidas. It's comfortable.
Oh nice.
So it's been good. A lot of money spent on merch though.
Yeah.
Bought about 3 different scarves.
Really.
Matildas jersey and so.
I was going to get a Matildas jersey. I like the away kits, the bluey green ones.
The home ones are really nice though. Very comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yellow. Not really my colour. Yeah. Maybe.
Actually, I was going to wear it this morning and I thought it was too bright, but then I think this is too dark now. Looking on the video.
Nah. I got my beanie on.
Yeah.
And my green pants, especially.
Because I looked at it, I'm very dark in this. I'm blending with the chair.
That's alright.
I look massive, but I'm not that massive. This is a baggy t-shirt, a baggy jumper.
No, it
looks like I put on a lot of weight on my way here to Melbourne, but
that's a cool jumper. I like
it is. It's good. But it's exciting, this World Cup. It's really cool.
I think for even the young fans in the stands, like to have it here, like they probably don't realise how massive that is.
Yeah. And it's the thing.
No one else had that growing up.
No.
It's not a thing.
It's just watching these young kids at the games and they're excited. And they got something after they finished watching these games, they can go and play and have that ambition to come and play. Because you got the World Cup. Sorry, not World Cup. You've got the Olympics. 9 years. So these 9-year-olds will be 18.
Yeah.
They could be playing in the Olympics for the Matildas.
Yeah, 100%.
Which is cool.
Yeah. There's obviously going to be that next generation that will be in these girls' shoes. So obviously Alana Kennedy, Sam Kerr, they can't play forever. Yeah. They've even been playing like 4 World Cups. That's like amazing in itself. They were like 15.
Let's hope Kerr can play another one this time
did you see the interview from Mark Schwarzer?
Yes, I have.
Again, asking Tony. It was like an interrogation.
Yeah, and he wouldn't answer. And he still wouldn't give a proper answer at the press conference either. He was she still has to be assessed. So there's no real hard answer.
I think if they say yes, and the hype goes up again, and all these young girls like, oh my God, she's going to play. Yes. And then she can't. I'm assuming that's why they can't disclose that. But I think, obviously she's not going to start. I don't think so.
Yeah. No, so she's on the bench.
Could she come on? Maybe half-time, maybe 60th minute. Hopefully not as late as Chid's got on.
Yes. He was asked that question as well, and he laughed. Yes. He goes, oh, I'm surprised you asked about Chidi. I was going to ask it, but someone got in before me. But it's, he was surprised people were asking about her coming on so late. But I feel like she should have come on a lot earlier. She made a big impact when she came on.
She's such a direct, attacking, dangerous-looking player. She does. No one else plays like her on that team. And it was the same when she was terrorising our league. Yeah. For Adelaide City, like ruining my day at the grand final. Like Chidiac would she'd do things. She can make stuff happen.
How's it for you watching players that you played against in the World Cup?
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially Charlie as well. Just such a nice, down-to-earth girl. Played at Cumberland for so long. To see them even on TV is cool. Even on the Instagram, them getting off the bus, I'm like, that is so sick. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I think it'll be cool. I've never had that experience of playing against a player and seeing them in the World Cup, but I feel like it'll be amazing.
Yeah, extra touch to that from Adelaide is just goes to show, anything can sort of happen if you devote your life to it, I guess.
That's it. You got to put a lot of time and effort into things to get there, and they've done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the cultures, particularly African cultures, the singing. Have you seen some of those videos?
Oh, yes.
Zambia and South Africa.
I love it.
I've actually got
I was actually a little bit jealous that I couldn't be, I would love to be in those moments.
Yeah. I've got a clip here. I'm just going to play it for those that are listening.
That's cool.
It's so cool. Literally sounds, it's amazing. They're all, for those that obviously can't see, they're all in their suits in the change rooms, just singing, harmonising with each other. We've seen the same with Zambia, walking into the change rooms.
Yes.
That's epic. How cool for them to be bringing their cultures here, for us to see videos like that.
That's what it's about. It's not just, for me, football's not about just the game. It's about the culture, it's about the community, it's about all that aspect of it, and that's what I love about it, and that is exactly on show. It's so cool, and it's so excited to be there.
Yeah.
Oh,
once in a lifetime sort of thing.
Yeah.
I think some of these stories that these girls would have to tell, about their upbringings, their childhoods, and the stuff they would have seen.
Yeah.
To be able to come here, and especially how big of a it's a world stage. Yeah,
it's cool. I wish I was there for that. That would be
it's awesome.
That would be cool. But I love it. I love seeing those videos as well.
Yeah, I think that media's doing a great job at obviously getting in the nitty gritty of the into the change rooms, and
Optus has done a great job.
Even the advertising and stuff. I think the whole look.
Yeah.
The branding and the.
It's been good. Yeah.
It's been awesome.
I love it. Have you been to Fan Festival?
No.
No?
No, not yet.
I've been to it multiple times. It's been good. I think Adelaide has a step up on Melbourne though. I went to Melbourne. I thought it was going to be exciting, but it wasn't as good as Adelaide. I think we're very lucky.
Was that before Matildas? No, Matildas didn't play in Adelaide.
I went to. No. I've just been there. I went there on game day 1, game day 2, and then again on the Friday. So I've been in Adelaide.
Yeah.
Been there about 4 times now. So, but I went there for the first Matildas game. It was good atmosphere. Here in Melbourne, I noticed there's no undercover. There's spots. There's not as many heaters. Not as many chairs. Not as many TVs.
It's catered for.
And not as many food vendors either. We got some incredible food in Adelaide.
Yeah.
Here you got just normal burgers and fish and chips. We've got Argentinian chicken and dumplings and.
You're a big food guy.
I am. Yeah. That's why I love the football as well.
I see your posts when you're commentating on pitch side and how good the different foods are at different clubs. Yeah,
there's a lot of great food, and that's one thing I love about it as well. It's not just the. Because the way I look now, if I keep eating the way I do, I probably
was
will
going to say that. I was like,
no, you can say it. Yeah. But all the walking up and down the scaffold works it off. But,
yeah, that's true.
But that's the culture of football, and I love it. It's cool.
I've got to say as well, one thing I love about playing football here compared to Adelaide is no matter where you go, that host club puts on food for you after the game, so you always know you got dinner after. Like gyros, like just different meats. Yeah. Just like real good.
So they do a lot more that here than Melbourne, than Adelaide.
Yeah. So that's pretty much unheard of. Or I know.
For WNPL.
Yeah, WNPL
that's
is
disappointing.
Yeah. I mean, it helps. Obviously, if you've got the home ground and that sort of the facilities there, and State Centre, I guess, is one team. Yeah. If you're home, if you're away, sort of thing can be a bit confusing. Yeah. But that's something I'd like to see SA sort of do. I don't know if the men's, I think, are there.
Majority do, because they obviously play at their home grounds almost every week. But a bit different when you're playing a State Centre.
Yeah, if it's a joint.
So I don't think the one at State Centre does for like comments and all that. I don't think they do when they do it there. But it's what happens on foot. I don't know, hopefully it gets to the point where it does. That'd be good.
I think it's a easy
sort
of step forward.
I know Beer Grade, they put the heaps of bloody chivaps
yum.
Out there, and they always taste good.
Yeah.
So I was there at the LA United friendly, and the LA United players stuck around, or Craig Goodwin, all that. They're eating. It was good. It's good to see. It creates a good environment, and that's good that they do it here in Victoria for you guys.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
Yeah.
Tones and I, not sure if people know, but she partnered with the Matildas.
Yes.
And she's bringing out a song on August 4th, which I'm going to be in the music video for.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. There you go.
Super random. So we're at training, and the goalkeeper, Melissa Maisels, she's involved at a high school in the football community sort of thing. She runs a program there, and she got an email and got contacted like, Tones and I needs to be filming a video.
Yeah.
We need 7 people, like soccer players, hopefully. So went somewhere and we filmed this cool video, and I'm actually the referee in the video.
Referee?
Yeah, and I have to send someone off in the video, give them a card.
How'd that feel?
Super random. So powerful.
Very powerful. You're off.
So that was a really cool experience. Obviously can't say too much, but when it comes out, you guys will see.
Can't wait to see that.
It's a cool video, and it's a cool song as well to link that with the sort of World Cup.
Was it a Matildas song, or about the World Cup?
Well, it comes out on the 4th, which is about halfway through. I think it's supposed to be. Yeah. I heard it was like the rites of the closing ceremony sort of song. But yeah. Cool. I don't know a lot about it, but it's super random.
I can't wait to see your cameo now. That's going to be fun.
I know, so I'm sure people were just going to watch it and be like, what's Tilly doing there? Yeah. It's so random. Yeah. But yeah. So that's a little inside.
What's the experience like doing that, being involved in a film like that?
Wicked. So much work, so much crew, so many extras, the dancers.
Yep.
Stop, do that again, do that again, do that again, do that again. Come back, they come in, do it again, do it again, do it again. So the whole, behind the scenes sort of things, wicked. Something I'll never forget.
Did you get to meet her?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, she's cool. She's tired. We're there for about 8 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, till 3 in the morning.
That's not too. 3 in the morning. Yeah, I was gonna say 8 hours not bad for a film clip, but 3 in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah, they smashed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was pretty exciting. So if people see that is me, super random, but
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
There you go.
But yeah.
And that's something you get when you're in a city like Melbourne as well. Probably won't get as many opportunities like that in LA.
Yeah, exactly.
But there you go. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. All right. So.
Well.
Yeah. Before we go, what are your predictions? We both going 2-1.
Yeah, I think 2-1. I reckon it'll be. You said Canada will get the first goal. I reckon we might get the first goal from a penalty, and then it will go to a draw and then we'll score in the last minute.
Oh my goodness.
It's going to be stressful. It's going to be a stressful game.
It'd be fairy tale ending.
Yeah.
A lot of penalties this World Cup.
It's been a lot, yeah. I've enjoyed the VAR though.
Yes.
That's been really, really good.
Do you know what? My game on Saturday night, I kicked the ball straight into this girl's hand and it was outside from her body.
Yep.
No penalty, not even a sniff of nothing.
Yep.
My soul nearly left my body of how loud I was screaming. And I was just like, we need the VAR.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if it was local league?
That would be cool.
It'd be, a lot of money.
I've called for the grand finals, or the finals. They should put the VAR in finals, but it'll be a lot of work.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, people have mixed opinions. I think it's...
It changed the game at the start, obviously, but this current World Cup, I'm enjoying it that they're being open about it and saying what the decision was, why. I think everyone's accepting it now because they know they're not just guessing what it was about. Well,
it's what happened, right? Yeah. At the end of the day, yeah.
So it's good. I like it. If you're doing that, then I think it's fine.
Yeah, and if you see other sports like tennis as well, you can challenge stuff. Yeah. They get the technology on the line. Is it in, is it out? So
the only thing that annoys me is that automatic offside technology. Yeah. So if you're just like slightly off, the camera catches you.
Yeah, right.
Just like slightly, and you're like, just let it go. I know. Gross. There's been a couple of those moments, but other than that, you can't mess with technology, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, they get the last say.
But I like the human error. Human error is good. It's part of life.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But you can't have everything your way, but no.
Awesome.
It's been good.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. Yeah. Go the Matildas. Hopefully we can see some Adelaide girls in particular getting some game time and most importantly a result.
Yeah.
Get out of the group stage.
Yeah, and thanks for having me on. This is fun.
Okay. Yeah,
I was in Melbourne. I thought see if we can catch up, and it's been good to do something different.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
It's different being on a podcast.
Yeah. Not being the host. Well, kind of co-hosting.
Yeah,
joint effort.
And sharing the story. I think there's a lot more we can talk about as well.
Oh, 100%.
When you're back in Adelaide, I'll get you back on Kickin It Local in my studio, and we'll do another chat about what else and talk about once the video comes out as well.
Yeah, let's do it. Part 2.
And hopefully by that point, Australia will be in the final and win.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
Final against... What do you think? Who do you think will be the finals if it's not the Matildas?
Oh. I was going to say I reckon Brazil go all the way, but I don't think so now. I reckon... I don't know, it's hard, but I reckon...
It's hard.
I don't know, maybe USA?
Yeah, hope not. I don't know.
Yeah. But, I don't know, it's hard. Because there's been some games I thought there were going to be like some team just smashing it, but then there's some big surprises. So
Germany smashed Morocco 6-0, then lost 2-1 to Colombia.
Yeah.
It's all over the place.
And Germany might be back in Adelaide, or not back, but in Adelaide against France, which will be fun for the round of 16.
And Brazil aren't even top of their group anymore. No. I don't know if they're going to go through, so it's all over the shop.
It's hard to predict, so that's why I'm going to predict Australia, because no one predicts them to be in the finals. So
yeah, no. The underdogs.
Yeah, let's do it with the underdog story, so it's always good to be part of that one.
Alrighty.
Awesome.
Cool. Thanks for joining, guys. We'll catch you next time.